Welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of La Vida Entre Primas, Life Between Cousins, the podcast where we dive into everything from the ups and downs of love and life to the special bond we share as Latinas and cousins. Today we're talking about something a little bit out of the norm, true crime. Specifically the cases that keep us awake at night, ended without resolution, or impacted our lives. And we have our prima Lisa here with us again. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
She's got your chair almost tipped you back. Oh my God. Yeah, they're her little.
Sorry. Starting early with the coffin.
Yeah, so Lisa has some really interesting insight to share that we'll get to in a second. But we were talking about this yesterday, a couple days ago, about what we wanted to talk about. We have not done true crime for a couple of reasons. I feel like I'll start and then I'll let you guys jump in. I was raised with true crime. My dad loves true crime. He used to read those True Detective magazines that were not censored, all the books before the shows came out on TV. And I would read them, so I liked them. But then I heard, I was listening to a podcast recently that was kind of talking about what the emotional impact is on the family.
Oh.
And we just talk about it, all the gory details. I'm like, what if their mom is listening? So I just want to say that, or their brother, or, or their kids. So we're going to be super respectful. I think the emphasis is going to be a little bit more on the cases that keep us awake, that we still want to know what happened, or ones that impacted our lives. So I don't know, you guys.
I listened to that podcast.
What is it?
No, not that one. She's
Crime
going.
Junkie?
Oh, sorry. She's going through her podcast of what she listens to, and I have started listening to murder mystery ones. Oh yeah, Crime Junkie.
Yeah, Crime Junkie.
Yeah, I started
They're pretty
listening
good.
to it.
All of the crime podcasts get into a little bit of hot water sometimes when they talk about something in an insensitive way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be very sensitive, but we were just talking, dang, we've never talked about this. And living in LA and, we were thinking about one in particular.
Lisa, what kept you up?
Oh my God.
The Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez.
I think I was too young for that. But
I was about maybe around 10.
okay, then I was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember. So anyway, we'll jump right into that. But wait, are you guys generally true crime fans?
I love true crime. I listen to the podcasts, I read the books, I watch the movies. But I think I go too hard for it because 2 instances. One, a while back, I literally thought someone was following me.
Might have been.
In my car, every time. And then I would fake a
You're
turn.
make 4 right turns.
Yeah, and then they're right behind me. And I was like.
So maybe they were following you?
But then I passed my apartment because I was like, I don't want to turn into my apartment if they're following me.
They turned in?
They weren't following me, but I really thought.
It was your neighbor?
And then 2.
Sorry, that was weird.
I've gone into these intrusive thoughts sometimes where if I start talking to someone or go on a date, I'm they're gonna kill me. It's just I just go too hard for it. So I think I need to scale back my true crime because another thing, I will not listen or watch anything at night because I am the biggest scaredy cat. I'm oh my God, I'm gonna be 49 this year.
Oh my God, look at you.
So I'm almost 49 years old, and I'm still afraid to sleep alone.
That's valid.
In my apartment.
Do you turn on all the lights?
No.
That's valid. I never sleep good. I do not sleep well when Chris isn't there.
I don't sleep well.
I've gotten better at it, obviously.
I'll start sleeping well, when the sun comes up. I'm okay.
Yeah, I can sleep now.
No one's gonna rob me at 7 in the morning, right? That's
Dude, I lock my door and I put a chair in front of it. My kids are what are we doing?
Yeah, so I love it, and I never thought about
Me neither.
the victims, the survivors, the families of loved ones.
Imagine someone in your family getting murdered brutally and you hear it over and over. Because
there's a movie, they make a documentary.
Yes. I turned on first, to your point about the stress levels, I have stopped significantly. I listen every now and then, but it has to be a really good something. My anxiety levels have gone down tremendously. I was I would take the trash out and be dude, I would walk outside of my garage and Chris like, did you lock the door? I'm like, well, first of all, yes. Have you ever been a woman in the world? No, but I would have to lock the door. Like
Hands down, the scariest place, even to this day.
Grandma's.
Nana's backyard.
her backyard.
Because you have that big old heel and like, who knows what's up
Pitch
there?
dark. And when before in the old house, when it was like, go throw out the trash, I'm like, what? I would like go down the stairs. I would book it to the, of course, the trash cans were all, book it.
Oh, yeah.
Run back. And even now, like with Marsha's new setup, like the porch.
Yeah.
Still, I'm like, it is very scary.
It is very
It
scary.
is. It's
in
terrifying.
The back of that house.
And then once you start running, bitch, it's over. Once you start running back to your house, it's over. You're like, oh my God.
There was one time I have a video. Marty has a video. It was pitch black. I was coming in. I was coming in. Marty was hiding in the little laundry room.
Oh,
Stop.
she got you.
Wait, the old house?
No, the new house.
New house, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay,
she
okay.
scared me so bad, and she was videotaping it.
Yes.
I gotta find that video and send it to you guys. It
Yes.
was.
She got you so good. I remember that video.
I don't remember
I think
that.
watching true crime or listening obsessively to it does alter
Your reality.
your
Yes.
reality.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Lisa, no one's following you. Like, no one's
Yeah.
gonna murder you.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Knock on
Not
wood.
gonna work. Too
No.
bad it's like Fairwood or something. It's okay.
So let's start with, we have some cases here and we'll get to some responses that we got from you guys soon. But let's talk about the Night Stalker. I will just say one thing because I don't remember. My brother actually responded and saying the Night Stalker documentary fucked me up. The Night Stalker documentary on Netflix is not scary, spooky. It scared the shit out of me.
So I shouldn't watch it.
No.
I mean, how's he gonna get up to the fucking third floor of a
That's,
luxury
in
apartment?
fact, that's also why I picked the right floor, not a first floor.
He's dead now. It's fine.
You went to a man's place to get his knives.
Wait, what? Oh, yes.
Buy nothing. Come pick up these knives. Come on into my apartment and get these knives,
It
Alma.
was in my complex. I figured they had went through a background check. I didn't go into a door, by the way.
Cautious. Don't be too cautious.
I didn't go
Tip
in.
number one. Don't be too cautious.
I didn't go. My friends joke at work because they're like, Alma, like you're so like. I met someone here, like
You're like not oblivious. You're just
Naive. La la la.
not naive, but like
you're just in your own world. Like
yeah, like I met some married couple here, and they have a dog, and she came to my apartment for something, and she was like, I was like, oh yeah, come on in. Like, and so my coworkers and my friends are like, did you give her your social security number too? Like, what the hell? Like, it's
I
not
think
that
we're
I'm
like an opposite end. I'm like overly like cautious, aware, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go over to a stranger's house and get some knives from them.
Bless you.
But
We
that's
need more people like
free.
you.
They were free. You know, moving into your own place is like expensive. I have these. Hold on. I don't know. It just like I was like, yeah, come on in, take a look at my apartment. Not the guy, like
Okay.
the girl.
So the Night Stalker.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, we digress.
No, we did. Okay, so the Night Stalker. So yeah. Anyway, the documentary scared me, but tell us what you remember because you are old enough to remember. And can you tell people who don't know the story who he was, Richard Ramirez, and like what he was doing at the time?
So I want to preface this by saying that in the 80s, so we grew up in Lincoln Heights, and in the 80s, Lincoln Heights was not a safe, it wasn't a safe neighborhood.
Yeah.
There was a lot of gang violence, there was a lot of shooting. I remember, sleeping in my room and the helicopter lights were flashing in. It was a very scary time, like in the 80s, and since then it's gotten better and it's a safe place to live.
Mm-hmm.
So Richard Ramirez was Mexican. I don't know if he was Mexican American.
Yeah, from Texas.
Okay, Mexican American. In a span of a year, from 1984 to 1985, he murdered and sexually assaulted 14
Oh my God.
14 people, mainly women.
Damn.
Mainly women. So I remember, I think I was like 9-10 years old. We were on high alert.
84 to 85. I was only 1-2, so of course I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were on high alert.
Where was he like where was he?
East LA. He was striking a lot in East LA.
I heard about Monterey Park, right?
Monterey Park, East LA, not too far from where we lived.
Yeah.
Scary.
And I don't know if this was a rumor, but we had heard that he was like targeting yellow houses, and my grandma had a yellow house. And then I remember Nino put like bars on our window, and like we had.
He put bars
I
on the
think he
window
put
specifically because Richard Ramirez
was
sneaking into
Targeting
houses.
going around. And I think he had put in the door, like not the main
security door.
The security door. So we were very much on high alert. And he got caught, I believe in 1985. But when I recently watched the documentary on Netflix, it really scared the shit out of me. And I didn't realize how creepy and ugly looking he was. Like,
He looked terrifying.
And he was also into like demonic.
He was a
stuff.
Satanist, yes.
He would sexually assault. I think he like even sexually assaulted like men,
Old women,
older
men, children.
women,
I think there was one child.
Anyone. So I like kind of blocked him out, and then when I saw the documentary, it took me back to like being scared as a child.
And it was in the summertime, right?
It was in the summertime, and I also learned, I had forgotten, but he ended up dying in jail. I think he had cancer.
I know he had hepatitis.
He didn't get executed.
He died.
He was to be executed. But it really was a scary time for everyone in Los Angeles.
I think what scared me the most when I was watching the documentary and when I hear people talk about it is the random nature of the killings. Like I read that he would, if the window was open, then he would take it as a sign from like that he was supposed to be there. And that he always said like Satan wouldn't, and he did get away from the cops like so many times, like very narrowly escaped.
I think a cop had pulled him over one time.
Yes.
And he escaped. He talked himself out of.
I mean, and the cities
and the
where
cop let
he
him go.
killed people are cities. I think that also freaked me out. He was like Monterey Park, Arcadia, like Alhambra. Like these are like.
He didn't really have like sometimes some serial killers have like, they kill the same way. They have like a ritual.
All different, yes.
Right. He was a very different. So it's kind of hard to like pinpoint at first, like who was doing all these killings.
Yeah.
Because he would do different things.
Yeah.
So that he wouldn't get caught.
Should we phone a friend?
Who are we phoning?
Should I phone my mom?
Yeah.
Phone a friend.
Let me see. Yeah, I was telling Alma that at the time we were living in Montebello in this little apartment, and that my Uncle Gino, somebody robbed our apartment, and he didn't take anything. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hi, we're on the podcast right now, live, me, Alma, and Lisa.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
And we just wanted to get a quick perspective, 1 minute, of what it was like living in Los Angeles when the Night Stalker was abound.
It was scary. It was scary because it was close to home. I think some girls were from Highland Park, from St. Ignatius School. So that was close. That was close to us. So, we lived that time with like, even in the summer with like closed windows, even no air conditioning. So we were in, I guess we would call safety mode, where we weren't going to take the chance of somebody sneaking in the window and kidnapping your kids and then finding that they were killed. There were a lot of girls that were taken. So it was a really scary time.
Lisa said she remembers Nino putting...
Like bars on the windows. Like extra protection.
What, Lisa?
Lisa was saying that she remembers Nino putting bars on the windows.
Not in all the windows.
I don't
All
remember
the
bars.
windows of the house, because remember, some of the bedrooms, because there's a there was a basement, so to speak. Not a basement, but the foundation was high.
Yeah.
The bedroom windows were super high.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get to those.
Yeah.
But bars on the front windows? Or like security?
I don't know I don't remember that, if there were bars in the front windows.
Definitely security doors, right? With the iron doors.
There are security doors. I think maybe those might have come later. I don't know. I don't remember that. I just remember it was really a scary time, that not something you just listen to on the news, but like when we go to church, everybody was talking about it. It was like, oh my God, did you hear that, so-and-so, there were kids taken from St. Ignatius, which is a neighboring school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was conversation, a daily conversation, even at school. And, it was just a scary time, because you hear of those things happening not in your community, not in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Totally. Wow. Thanks for giving
Yeah.
us your perspective.
Yeah, well, and I'll tell you, for another time, the same went with the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez.
Wait, that's what we're talking about the whole time.
No, I thought you said.
No. I told you what was it like with Richard Ramirez.
She was thinking
No,
Hillside
did you say
Strangler.
Richard Ramirez?
Sure did.
Okay, so
Go back. Okay, go. 1 minute. Go back.
we're gonna go back to 2 minutes. So first of all, it was a scary time nonetheless. The same as with the Hillside Stranglers.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. That's why she doesn't remember the bars and yeah.
About the Hillside Stranglers. It was the same kind of fear that we had, because in regards to Richard Ramirez, there were people that he went into their homes in Monterey Park,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
in communities that are close to us, and we knew people that lived there. So it was the same kind of scary time, and the same example, which is, we were at church talking about it. We were at school talking about it, because it hit so close to home. And he was just a scary person. And just his look.
He looked freaky.
Was just scary. And I'll tell you, and then I'll let you go, but what I'll tell you is I know exactly where I was when they caught him in East LA. I was at your cousin Javier.
Oh, yeah.
Javier, it was his wedding day, and we were at the ceremony, and your Uncle Lorenzo heard the news that he was caught in East LA, and we were...
Where were you? Where was the wedding?
It was in, I think it was in Pasadena, in the chapel.
Mm.
Oh, where Pete got married. That same chapel.
Mm-hmm.
So Lorenzo heard the news, and it was like that old telephone line. He told one of his brothers that was sitting in the last pew, and it went forward to the next pew, All you could hear was Richard Ramirez.
Oh my gosh.
In Boyle Heights, blah blah blah. So anyway, it was really kind of like a day of
Celebration?
Oh my God, yes. They finally
Not
caught
just
this
for the
man
wedding.
who was really
Awful.
in the communities that were near us. So
Yeah.
when you're ready to talk about the Hillside Stranglers, I got
Yeah, we'll let you know. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Freaking
look
boomer.
how creepy he looks.
Yeah.
He
Sorry,
looks
I had
so
to do a
freaky.
search because I like crime. I mean, not that I like it, but
Yeah.
like I just
It is
don't follow
interesting.
it as much as Lisa and Stephanie do.
Yeah, I think the night he was caught, I'm sure a lot of people in LA slept peacefully. the night he was
Right?
caught.
Oh my God.
Steph, we just got a message that you're talking into the wrong part of your mic.
What do you mean? Help.
Your brother.
How does he know?
Your brother said talking to the side of the mic, nerd, not the front of the mic.
How do I do that?
There
Oh,
you go.
shit. Wow.
All right.
Anyway, yes, my mom, what a boomer. What the fuck? It's all right, Mom, I love you. Yeah, scary. I could get the secondhand scare from just watching the documentary. Did you watch it?
I did.
Hell yeah,
Did
she
you watch
did.
it? Did you?
I did not.
Oh,
I
you
did,
gotta.
but
You
know what?
gotta.
It did.
I know,
did
but,
scare
like-
me. It scared me to watch it.
You guys are saying it scares you. I
it
live
gave-
by myself now.
No,
guys.
but he's dead.
I'm like, he's fucking.
But it just gave me like a really like creepy scare.
It did too creepy. Yes,
Alright, I'll
like
watch
who's
it.
behind me. Also, being Catholic. Oh God.
Sorry.
Help me,
watch-
Jesus!
watch
It's
your
my
foot.
my fake Uggs.
Your bugs.
My fugs. Being Catholic, even though I'm not the most devout, the devil component really scared me. Like the Satan part was like, oh my God, please God. Anyway, Richard Ramirez, they caught him in East LA. If you haven't watched the documentary, watch it. It's freaky. Watch it with the lights on. Watch it in the daytime.
Watch it in the morning.
Okay.
I'm on it. I really think this next one is where my love of car chases came in.
Nuh-uh.
I really think that's where I started.
Okay.
And if our primas can't guess what the next one is that we're
Then
going to talk about.
White
You're too young.
Bronco.
White
White
Bronco,
Bronco.
baby.
That's why I will
if
never
it
drive
don't
a
fit,
Bronco.
you must quit. Okay. O.J. Simpson. That was crazy. What do you remember?
I was in college.
Were you?
I was in college. I clearly remember a bunch of college kids gathering in like.
Were
the
you up
commu-
north or were you in
No, I
Marymount?
was at Marymount.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like I had just graduated high school. I just went to college.
Okay.
And I remember the jury was coming out,
Oh.
and a bunch of kids gathered in like the communal area to like watch the verdict.
To watch the verdict?
Yeah, and I cannot believe he was found not guilty.
Do you think he did it?
Oh
Yes.
yes, for sure. He died, right?
He died recently.
Died recently, yeah.
And go figure, he was in prison for something else so stupid, like
Theft.
selling memorabilia or
Yeah,
like
something.
robbing
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah. I think he did.
I really felt empathy, sadness for
Nicole Brown's family.
and Ron Goldman. His father and
That was the-
sister.
That was the guy who just came to return something, huh? Like a.
He died in 2024,
Okay.
April 10th, in Vegas. Go on, sorry.
No. I just remember like his family.
I
the
remember-
Goldman family, like
Is it the Goldsman family? Is it, or was it who was the name of the other guy? Paul? You just
Paul.
said it? No, wait, you just said it.
Paul, what?
it was
Nicole, I don't know who was.
Ron Goldman.
Ron Goldman.
He was.
Dad?
No, Ron
Wait.
Goldman. Okay. Ron Goldman was. She had gone to a restaurant earlier and left something.
Yes.
He came to return
Her
it
glasses.
to
Right.
her.
The dad.
You're talking about
Okay, wait. Just,
Kiddo Kaylin.
Because this is. Can you just listen to me? real
Okay,
fast?
Yeah, sorry.
I have a vivid picture of one of their dads like talking and being like, "This isn't fair. It's not okay."
Goldman.
That was Ron Goldman's
dad.
parents.
Oh, okay. Ron
Yes.
Goldman.
He had
He
sisters.
was like
He
a
had
white guy with
glasses.
black
He had, like,
glasses, the mustache. Yeah, I have a vivid
Yes.
picture
and
of
then
him.
he had a sister.
I know.
That was equally. She had like red hair, equally outspoken.
Oh yes, yes.
That was.
But
yes.
the dad is what I like can picture his face. So, like if I close my eyes, like boom. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
weird.
I
That
think
was
he
crazy.
did it. I think he did it. I think he got away with it. I think the defense lawyers, the prosecution,
Dude.
what is the lady?
Marsha with the badass perm, that curly ass perm.
Marsha Clark? No. And who was the lawyer? The black lawyer.
Oh,
His defense team, the OJ Dream Team.
wow.
That's what they were called. It was Robert Shapiro, Johnny Cochran, Carl Douglas, Sean Chapman, Holly, Gerald Uleman, Robert Kardashian, Alan Dershowitz, and some other people I don't know. Yeah, Robert Shapiro. But
But the prosecution was
The prosecution.
Marsha Clark, and who was the?
let's see.
I can picture them. Is that weird? That I can picture them?
The O.J. Simpson prosecution team was, let me see. Marsha Clark, yeah. Marsha Clark.
And
I just remember her mole and her curly hair.
Christopher. What's his name? Is his name Christopher, the lawyer?
come up. Oh, him with the gloves. I remember that.
I remember when he was so smug, like, oh, it doesn't fit, like trying to. That whole thing. So the Bronco was wild though.
Didn't he have like a latex glove on underneath it?
I don't remember.
Like for the trial?
I don't know, but it just didn't fit.
Right, but I'm saying they're like, yeah, it doesn't fit because
You
of
must have quit.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it doesn't fit.
So I remember being at my mom's job when he took off in the Bronco and sitting, talk about cringe. You understand? I will never, things that keep you up at night were like, why did I say that? And it's like 35 years ago. I was like 12 years old and it was the morning and all my mom and her like 5 of her friends gathered in this little conference room and they put on like a little TV that had a knob, right? And they're like, oh my God. And one of them was like a huge O.J. Simpson fan. She was like devastated. She's like, oh my God, oh my God. And I think she started crying. What was it?
Christopher Darden.
Christopher Darden.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Hold on. I got to see what he looks like. Got to go. Take me back.
Right here, I got you. I mean,
Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you were watching
So they're all around. We're watching it, and one of them's like crying. 'Cause she's like a huge OJ fan, and I literally walk in because it was like breakfast time, and I was like, "Why are you crying for OJ? I have some right here." Do you know I replay that in my mind? And everyone was like, "Haha, like get the fuck out of here, kid. This is like national news." And I wake up sometimes. I'm like, "Why, Stephanie? Did you say that?"
wow. I'm going to think of that every time I get orange juice now.
Stop. That was crazy though. OJ Simpson, like that
He
case.
even had, I believe he had cuts on his hand.
Yeah.
He did not have an alibi.
No.
He was jealous.
And he had a
ex-husband.
history of domestic violence.
abuse.
Yeah. But the racial tension that it caused was crazy too, right?
Yeah. Like people were happy that he was found not guilty.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't remember enough to make a decision.
And also,
but
what'd you guys say that her name was? Nicole
Brown Simpson.
Oh, Nicole Brown Simpson. Yeah, okay.
Speaking of racial tension, this is not on the agenda for today, but what about, we were just talking, the ash was falling the other day from the fires, and I had a flashback to Rodney King.
Oh, yeah.
Rodney King was crazy.
I was in high school with the LA.
Oh,
We
and
were in
I-
elementary school, we got sent to Nino Cesa's house.
what?
Abel drove us to Nino Cesa's house
Why?
because
It wasn't like on North Broadway.
the riots and like all that stuff.
The riots were in like South LA.
My
Drama.
mom wanted us out of Grandma's house.
Wow.
So we went to
Exaggerated.
Abel drove us. I think I'm sounding about the right thing. I don't know.
Wow. It was freaky though. That was scary. Do you remember not Rodney King, obviously that was terrible, but Reginald Denny. That one, the truck driver that they pulled out, he wasn't black, he was white.
He was white.
Long hair.
Yes.
And this was before they censored the news. And they played them with a brick, throwing it down on his
I
head.
can't even watch that. It like is my
Yeah.
stomach gets like.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I really need to be a better person.
Why?
Because I don't know any of this.
You were
That's
like
okay.
5. You were like,
You were 6.
but I do also remember, no, we were like 10 or 11. I do remember my brother having a lot of, like he couldn't breathe, like because of the ash and the asthma. But that one was terrible. I'll say terrifying and terrible.
So what do you remember of the car chase? Because you love car chases.
Dude, I love car. I remember him on the freeway, and I remember watching it.
Oh, you do love car chases.
I love car. I think that's what started my love for car chases.
Do you remember the guy who was in a car chase with the truck? Oh, you probably don't remember. You take some ginkgo biloba.
I have a really good memory about other things, just not.
This
these
is
things.
why they started censoring. Do you remember the guy who went to the valley in a truck in a car chase? I can't remember where he went. He pulled his truck over on the freeway. I'm going to Google it right now. And he shot himself in the head with a rifle. And the helicopters were not censoring. I'm going to find it right now.
Maybe.
Let me see.
Do you remember the car chase? Oh, God, we could do a whole thing. Do you remember the car chase not too long ago? We digress. Where the guy killed himself. He ran into the back of a big semi-truck.
No.
On the 5 freeway.
What?
He like ran his car like full speed in the back of a semi-truck that was like stopped. And he did it and he killed
When
himself.
was that?
Maybe like 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
I don't remember. That sounds awful.
It was on the 5 freeway.
That sounds terrible.
Sorry, go on.
I
Go on
can't
about.
oh, here we go.
I just.
Okay, this was 1998.
Oh, I don't even remember that one.
The chase and final shooting closely mirrored a situation in April. Here we go. Hold on. This is when they started censoring. Freeway chase on live TV ends in driver's killing.
Shot himself in the head, didn't he?
This guy came, station situation April 1998 when several Los Angeles stations carried live coverage and tight shots of a man committing suicide at a freeway intersection after a long standoff with police. And I think it was on like the 5 or the 4 or 5.
I remember that.
That's when they started saying like you can't. That's why they like pull out now.
Yeah,
the
and
helicopters.
they'll say too, like the people will be like, we're gonna pull out because we don't know if they got a gun or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. I just remember watching
That's
the white
awful.
Bronco
So,
drive
do
down the freeway.
you think OJ killed them?
Yes.
I don't remember enough. Like, I mean, probably, but I didn't like watch the. I don't know.
Can we phone a friend?
Who?
I feel like the twins would have been
100%.
have good insight
Let's see.
because they were like adults.
Yes,
Right?
they
I'm
are
afraid
ants
though. If I
who
phone
were.
Marty, she's gonna.
Just call Marsha.
What happened?
What is that?
You heard that? There,
Yeah.
I'd move that. Okay.
I phoned Marsha.
Okay. Oh shit! I called Marty. Hold on. Whatever. Let's just.
Just reminder who we're talking about before. Also, we should get them on soon.
We should.
Huh?
Hello. Hello. I don't hear her. Let me call the house. Hold on. Please hold, people. But in the meantime, tell us what you remember. We want to know what y'all remember. Do you think OJ did it? Can we all get along?
I definitely think OJ did it.
Those cops were awful, though.
I definitely.
You do?
think- Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I just answered your phone, but I had blocked my microphone or some shit.
Oh, sorry. So we're nothing. I'm here with Alma and Lisa,
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
and we're live on the podcast.
Hi.
And we're phoning a friend because we're talking today about true crime and like crimes that shaped our youth. Like, we talked about the Night Stalker. We're talking now about, what do you remember about the Night Stalker? We're going to go back, guys. Just give me like a quick, what was it like living during the time that the Night Stalker was around?
It was so crazy because they kept saying, okay, the Night Stalker's like in this area. So it's kind of like local, right? And I remember actually, we were afraid to go out. And we were never afraid to go out. But it was like, what if you run into him? What would you do, right? Of course, we were like thinking maybe you hit him in the nose, like, and you punch a moose. Punch him in the nose. But then it was fascinating. I loved when they caught him because, like our people beat the crap out of him.
You can cuss. Go ahead.
We're past
Beat
the
the
10 minutes.
hell out of him, seriously.
Oh, that's
But it
right,
was really
that's
scary.
right.
Like, we were like, should we go out? Like, it was really, really scary. Like, I think that was the creepiest. Hold on a second. Oh, that's not good here. Yeah, it was just scary. It was scary. And he was, and just looking at him on the news, like who it might be, whatever. But once the eyes came out, that's still haunting. Big time. But it was scary. It was a scary time. Knowing that he was like maybe in the area.
Right. That seems to be the consensus.
Maybe there
We
was
were-
no bars on that. Maybe I'm thinking.
Who knows? Maybe you. No, my mom said that. My mom texted and said that there were security windows.
Okay.
They did come out. The other thing we wanted to talk to you about, because we were all kind of young when this was happening, but we know it was like a very impactful case, was O.J. Simpson.
Oh my God. OJ, I remember during the chase, it's kind of funny. Do you remember there used to be that seafood place at the Mares on Broadway?
Yeah.
Where I guess where the bakery is. But I remember it was my ex's birthday, June 17th, and they were like, it was on the TVs, and I kept going to the bathroom so I could watch the TV. Because it was like, oh my God, they thought I had like chorros. I kept spending my time at the TV. But that was like, he did it.
Oh, yeah. You were just saying there was no cell phones at that time to like look at it on your phone.
You couldn't. So again, like I had to go around by the bar area to kind of watch the chase. I was pissed. That was really sad because, You kind of knew. Well, I'm sorry, he did it.
That's what was going to be my next question. Do you think he did it?
Hell yeah. Yes, he did it. And you know, it was really sad. I'll never forget. I was in Beverly Hills temping at a law firm, and sadly, during the verdict, I said, hey, let's go watch the verdict. And not to make it about race, but I was really heartbroken when two people that I was with, they were African American, and they said, yes, he's innocent. You know, it's kind of like it became a race thing.
We were just talking about that too, that it caused a huge divide, a racial divide.
I sat there, I love food. It was probably one of the first times where I was like, I put the fork down and I was so heartbroken because these are good people they're good people, but there was the first time I felt the whole race division, and it was heartbreaking, and I was pissed. It was like, well, and they made a very rude comment. They said, like, it's like, that's what that white woman deserves or something.
Oh, no.
I was, like, blown away. It was the first really, like, gut-wrenching, because it was like, this woman was murdered, and even Ron Goldman, but that was fascinating. That was, Theo Renee sat here and watched the trial, and I remember he cried, Theo Renee, big baby, he cried when he was found guilty in the civil trial. And I just remember that one's haunting for the Goldman family for me, in the sense that I
talk about wrong place at the wrong time.
Crying and just like, so many people affected by it, and this guy went on, and then he still screwed up his life, but he lost. I mean, people loved OJ.
I know.
I picture the commercial, him running.
The Hertz commercial.
Running to the airport, and I remember just thinking, he's so cute. He's people loved him, and then it was like, you trash, you dirtbag.
I know.
Really, that was a trip.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. We just needed to get some perspective because our memories are kind of, it's different when you're an adult living through it versus a kid. So.
Yeah, and the OJ thing really rocked the world with awareness for domestic violence.
Yes.
Because sadly, I remember being really young and, like, in my dating years, whatever, the fun days, I remember I would see, like, some of my friends, like, what happened to your arm? It's like, nothing. He grabbed my wrist, and I went, what do you mean he grabbed your wrist? But it really brought awareness of the nightmare case.
Yeah.
I think that, at least, thank God, it brought awareness to, from the best to the best.
Totally.
Shit happens. So.
Totally. Well, thank you. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying? Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to talk. Sorry.
No, that's it.
Thank you for sharing. We're going to have you on soon. We would love to have you and Marcia come on, and that will have to be the triple. Well, that'll be the R-rated. We'll put a
explicit.
I've lived a very quiet.
You could talk about the time that I lent you my lace socks for the Madonna concert.
I was going to say body part bingo or body part.
Or how you and Marcia.
I know.
Or how you and Marcia would wear one thing and show Nana, and then
Wear a trench coat.
And then take off the long skirt.
Oh man, I might still have that little skirt. Girl, please.
It's a podcast, not a vlog.
No.
All right, Mart, have a good day. Thank you for talking
Bye,
to
thank
us, and
you.
we'll talk soon.
Of course, love you guys.
Okay, love you too.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Sorry, guys. Oh my God, that was good perspective, though. That was good perspective. Yeah. So, like she said, OJ like really rocked the world. I think it was also weird because it like melded in with pop culture.
Yeah.
And now the Kardashians. Think about if he did do it. The Kardashians have made their fortune off of like literal blood money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Okay, JonBenet Ramsey. What do you remember about JonBenet Ramsey?
She was a little girl who wore a white dress.
She was a little girl, Southern. I
Colorado.
think. Colorado. Her parents would put her in pageants.
Yeah.
Who do you think did it?
I go back and forth. And I recently saw the documentary that came out, like a recently. It came out
Docuseries?
like last month or a couple months ago. I go back and forth. Sometimes I think her mom did it, but her mom has since passed away.
Yeah, so we'll never know if it was her.
Maybe the mom did it and the dad covered up.
Oh.
Because they were looking for her forever.
Right.
And then they found her in the basement, dead in the basement.
In her own basement. Alma.
I
You
know.
need to.
Wow.
I know. Here, Lisa.
I want to
take the
know who
headphones.
did that. I want to know who did what happened there. And Madeline McCann, where is she? Did you know about Madeline
I don't
McCann?
know anything about Madeline.
Is that
Yes.
from
Was it?
another country?
Here, I'll be your.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Google search.
Madeline McCann. Go. Yeah. Madeline McCann.
Lisa, you might need the keys. Steph had them.
I just threw them right in the middle of the. Oh, no, on that chair, maybe? Yeah.
It's fine. I don't look at. I like true crime, but I just.
But Alma, these are like ones that like rock the whole world and shit.
I know, but give me sports and I'm in.
Oh, God.
I know. I need to be better. I need to be a better person. I also just sometimes feel I'm not this smart to handle all this.
What? Oh, okay. Then I have one for you. Hold on.
Oh,
Madeline McCann was a British missing person. Portugal. That was gonna say she was missing from Portugal. But like the parents went to dinner and they left the kids like alone in their little hacienda or whatever it was, like a mile away, or like it was on the same, resort. But like we left the door open and it's like 20-minute walk back. I know. I want to
hate
know where she
people.
is. I hate people too.
I hate people. The one that I did, well, I don't know if I really followed, but I remember CNN on a little boy in Puerto Rico.
I don't know that.
Was it Elian?
Oh no, Elian Gonzalez was from Cuba. Do you remember that?
Oh, Cuba. Yes, that I do remember. And he was like in a home and like they had to like
With a gun?
Yes.
Trying to take him back? Yes.
I have vivid like.
Yes,
also
that was
pictures of
I think that was like a prize-winning photo. So Elian Gonzalez was his mother was a refugee. It was his mother, his mom's boyfriend, and Elian. They fled from Cuba by boat. They were
Yes.
refugees coming to United States,
Yes.
but the boat sank, and Elian's mom died, and he was found floating on an inner tube by two fishermen.
Yes.
And they brought him here. He didn't have he was fine. He was dehydrated, but it became a huge INS thing. Kind of piggybacking on our last, what is this? Our last episode about INS and ICE. He had temporary permission to stay in the U.S. and he was with his family. But then Cuba was like, oh no, we want him to come back.
Yes.
And so that's what the squabble became about.
Yes.
And they took him by force. Like they came,
I-
but now he's a Cuban politician. I believe he's a
Oh,
politician
really?
in Cuba. But it was a huge
Engineer and
custody dispute.
politician. Yeah.
Did you look him up? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do
yeah.
remember that, and I do have like vivid photos of that. Not that that's true crime, right? Like,
No, but I mean they are like news stories that kind of like.
right. Like were big parts or whatnot.
Yeah. That changed us. I watched a TV show called The Crimes That Changed Us.
Uh-huh.
And it really, most of them were like Selena. What about Selena Quintanilla?
Oh, Selena.
The Menendez brothers. It was a lot of really good cases that I was like, oh yeah, that really like impacted us. We got some. Let me read. So we did
Yeah.
ask people to respond about what
their true crime, if they follow true crime. Ow, sorry.
Hold on. Yeah, about true crime. What is their favorite true crime? So let's see. Talking to the side of the mic. No, shut up, Timothy. Leave me alone. You don't know everything. Just kidding. He does.
He does though. He's
I know.
been a lifesaver.
Okay, so we asked people to respond. We had two people who are not true crime fans. Who are those people?
It was me.
No, it
and
wasn't
I'm
you.
just kidding.
Period. Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay, so people responded. The cases that keep them up at night. Okay. What's Sword and Scale?
Oh, I don't know.
I gotta know. This came from Carol. Sword and Scale. What is this? Oh, this is a podcast. What the heck, Carol? Sword and Scale, shout out. Casey Anthony case. I never understand why she is free. Okay, Casey Anthony. Do you know Casey Anthony? I'm going to knock your lights out.
Wait. Husband did it. Or husband.
No, Elma.
I'm the worst. Wait, her baby?
Her daughter?
Yeah, little girl.
Casey Anthony. Kaylee Anthony was her daughter. They found she also lied and said, I left my daughter with a Mexican lady or like a Latina lady, and I don't know where she's at now. And then when they looked through her trunk.
Oh, yes.
Remember the parents called and were like, we just went in our daughter's trunk. It smells like death.
Yes. I'm back in. I saw a photo. I'm back in. I'm sorry.
Unsolved because.
Lacey Peterson is the one I'm thinking about that the husband
Yes.
did. That's what I was thinking.
But now some people think he didn't do it. But yes, Casey Anthony, I never understood either why she's free. And if I catch her on the street, it's going down. Lacey Peterson is the sweet, beautiful, pregnant woman with a beautiful smile.
Yes,
Her husband was dating.
That's who I was thinking of.
I watched that documentary, though, as an adult about it. And I do really feel like they demonized the other woman. She was like, I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know he was married. But at the time, as a younger person, they really manipulated people to be like, oh, what a whore. She's still. But at the end, I'm like, it's not her fault. She wasn't married to him. He lied to her. The Hillside Strangler, my mom was talking about in the beginning.
That's why she thought the Hillside Strangler.
Another Lacey Peterson. Stephanie Talavera's middle school perm. You know what? I don't appreciate that. It wasn't a perm. And if you don't know the trauma of having really curly hair in middle school, then don't talk about it.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here. Name that movie.
Jeffrey Dahmer. He got away with it too many times just by being white. Super scary. Ditto.
Yeah.
The other thing about Jeffrey Dahmer, when we're talking about the disclaimer about being respectful, I turned on the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary on Netflix, and in the first 15 minutes, I turned it off. Because I was like, no way. As I would not want, if this was my brother, my cousin, I would not want to see. What's that face about?
Lisa's back in.
What happened? Oh, coffee. It'll do it to you. Oh, you too?
I told you.
Does anybody give watermelon the shit? Does anybody get the shits from watermelon? Let us know. The Staircase. Did you guys watch that?
Yep.
I did not.
Did he really
The
kill his
owl
wife,
theory?
or was it the talons of an owl?
The owl theory.
What does that mean? I don't know. I kind of started
That's so
watching
funny
it, but
because
that
your
guy's
friend
bad
is
to
the one
pay.
who told us about this.
The Staircase. Very good documentary. I think it's on HBO Max. It's about this lady living with her husband. She was found dead on the staircase. They think the husband did it, but then they came out with this theory that an owl came into their house. No, I lied. That the owl attacked her outside because her and her husband were outside by the pool having wine or something, and then the owl came in, attacked her outside, and then got her in the head
And dragged her inside?
No. She stumbled into the house and died on the staircase.
That's incredibly
So
stupid.
there's an owl theory. Are you
Okay.
guys talking about randoms?
We're talking about the ones that people sent us.
Yeah.
Let's see. The
do you got,
Menendez
Lisa?
brothers. The Menendez brothers. Dude, that has gained some. Alma, why are you looking like you don't know who they are?
Alma, please.
Alma.
I know who they are.
I'm going to give you a list of
Yeah.
things to watch.
Do it today, tonight, when you get home.
The Menendez brothers. What did they do, Alma?
They killed their parents.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why, but I know they were in jail or are in jail for killing their parents.
Yes.
Self-defense or greed or molestation.
Apparently it was because the dad was molesting. The dad was molesting them.
One of the boys, or both of
At
them.
first he was molesting the older boy, Eric. No,
Lyle.
Lyle. And then he started molesting Eric. And then they allegedly killed them because of that. So that's one theory.
But then I do remember them going on that spending spree and
See, I started the documentary, and then I stopped.
After they killed their parents, they went on a spending spree, buying Porsches, lavish condos, clothing, everything. And then Eric confessed to his therapist. And then the therapist, because I think they would have gotten away
the
with it.
therapist got the raw deal.
Therapist, blackmailed, pretty much was blackmailing them, I'm going to keep quiet
but you got to pay me more.
But didn't the therapist also get effed over because he was cheating on his wife and his
Yes, and
mistress
and he told the mistress.
Oh.
And the mistress
reported it, right?
reported it. So that's
What you get for being a pig.
That's one
Wow.
very people say it's premeditated because they bought the guns. They came up with this plan.
I remember that one big time.
And after the documentary, there was this whole like uproar about them, and they should be free, get them out of jail. There's new evidence. Apparently, the dad allegedly molested someone from Menudo, and that came
Oh
out.
yeah, the parents are like diabolical. But also, you know, it's funny. I remember that one big time. They used to have a white couch. We were living in Pico Rivera at the time, mind you. We also had a whitish couch, and I would wake up and go to the kitchen and be like, "Oh my god!" Because they showed the pictures of. It wasn't censored back in the day. They showed the pictures of them dead, bloody on the couches.
See, I think this is, I don't know. Oh, shit, sorry. My mom would always be like, I wasn't even allowed to change the channel past like 10 after 9
My mom
p.m.
censored us a lot, like censored us a lot. Like I remember we weren't able to watch certain shows.
We couldn't watch The
movies.
Simpsons.
But you are a grown adult and you have freedom.
You have time. You can now watch it. You can now watch Married with Children.
I think my sister has a pure mind. Like
Yeah, I think so too.
So don't watch it. Don't feel pressured. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to.
Yeah, we'll just tell you.
And then you'll make me feel like assholes.
Oh yeah, we can't then make fun of her. Do you know?
This is going to be in the faculty room at school after my coworkers. They're going to be like, Elma, how could you
Have
not?
you heard of Chris Watts?
Oh, and Shanann Watts.
Have you heard of?
No.
Have you heard of? I forgot her name, but she was found in the Cecil Hotel.
Oh,
Elisa Lam.
Yes. I
You've
have
heard
heard
of
of that one. Yes.
Okay.
You know,
I hear of them. I just don't invest in them the way you guys have invested in them. Fair?
It's okay. It's fair.
Okay.
sure,
thanks.
we're not judging you.
But you are. I said
A little bit.
I
How
feel
would you
it.
not know?
And now I'm going to be judged in the faculty room.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Wah, wah, wah.
I remember your mom censoring you guys. Censoring everyone. Not censoring is a bad word. Like not, being a responsible adult. And one time we were watching SNL. I don't know how and it was a joke of someone saying like, I woke up this morning and I ate a piece of toast. I don't know what the joke was. And now I have tape all over my face. I remember and it was like people with tape all over their face, right? And then there was another one. It's like, today I went to the gym and I got something. And now I have tape all over my face. I don't know what the joke was, but I remember your mom coming in and be like, what are you guys watching? I'm like, I don't know. It's this thing about like, she's like, well, then if you don't understand it, it's probably not for you to be watching. We're not supposed to be watching it. It's not for you to be watching. That's an adult joke. And I was like, I guess. But in my mind, 35 years later, I'm like, what did it mean? And I'm going to Google it. See, I'm going to see if I can find it. Tape all over my face as an skit. But have you guys ever been involved in a crime?
No?
Okay, when I was 18 years old. You never been involved you never been like robbed or some shit?
No.
Or beat up?
No, thank God.
Okay, when I was 19 years old, I was in Cerritos, California, which is a very nice city. And I went to a Wells Fargo with my friends. And I was in the back seat. And I had two friends. There was 3 of us in the back and 2 in the front.
It was a full car.
It was a full car. We had gone to the front to try to get money first. And I don't know if that ATM wasn't working or something. So we're like, we'll just do the drive-through. My friend pulls up to get money. And a guy comes with a gun. And he's like, give me all your money.
What?
Yeah, robbed the car at gunpoint.
How old were you?
I was 19.
She said.
And my friend who was driving the car was like, no. Said no. And then the guy took off. Worst robber in history, but he did have a gun. It was really scary. Huh?
Was it a real gun?
It was a real gun. I mean, it looked real to me.
Wow.
And then we drove away and everybody was scared. And we called the cops. And they had to go to court. I didn't. So I was like, I'm in the back and I didn't see anything. But you know what the cop told us? Because I was from Azusa, my other friends were from Norwalk, and the driver was from Baldwin Park. And he said, what are you guys doing out here? And we're like, oh, we're just going to the mall or whatever, because it's next to Cerritos Mall. And he asked the driver.
Was this in the middle of the day?
Huh?
Was this
No, it was at night. I think we're going to a club, actually.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. I was like,
But it's next to Cerritos Mall. And he said, well, where are you guys from? And the driver said, oh, I'm from Baldwin Park. He's like, Baldwin Park? He's like, this happens in Baldwin Park. This does not happen in Cerritos.
Oh.
Yeah. Not a lie. But the stupidest part of the night was we were all like shaken up, right? Everybody was really scared. We didn't go to the bar or to the club. My friend is like, I got to pump gas. So he's pumping gas and smoking a cigarette. And this guy, this like paisa is like, you crazy. What are you doing? I got to tell the guy, eres loco, you're crazy. And I'm like, what are you talking shit about? In hindsight now, I'm like, you could have blown up the whole fucking gas station.
Wow.
So no, never been robbed? You never been
Never been held at gunpoint.
locked down?
Oh.
I mean,
I've been on lockdown before.
I've been on lockdown, but
like,
not, it was not a.
Come on, live a little.
it wasn't an active
Yeah,
shooter
it wasn't
situation. It was because there was police activity around.
You're going to
the
leave that
campus.
mic alone.
I know. I keep.
I mean, I've gotten a speeding ticket and a rolling stop ticket. But that
Yeah.
was the extent.
Wow.
I've gotten a
Watch out,
texting
wild
while
child.
driving ticket.
A what?
Texting while driving.
Remember
What?
Remember when we were driving? I was driving, and we were at
Yes, Huntington Drive.
Huntington at a red light,
Yes.
and I was texting,
Yeah.
and then a cop pulled up next to me, and he's like, hands free. And I'm like,
He said that to you?
Yeah, and I dropped my phone, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, hands free.
And she put both her hands on the
Oh,
wheel.
hands free. And he's like, he didn't.
Ah.
Yeah.
I was scared though.
Also, I guess it was a crime, but one time, me and my cousin Delia went to go see, whatchamacallit, what was that movie? Anyway, we went to go see a scary movie, The Village. And we went back, she says, chicken shit, scaredy cat. It was like in the year 2000 or something.
Okay.
We went back to her place, we lay down, I stayed the night at her house, so we were sleeping in the same bed with her daughter. And she's like, I heard something. I'm like, nothing is happening. Go to sleep. You're so stupid.
Oh, God.
Go to sleep. The person that I was dating at the time was fucking shit-faced wasted. I was not answering their calls because I was trying to go to sleep. Broke the window to her apartment. Broke into the
Lydia's
apartment.
apartment?
Yes. Came in through the window. And was like, you're not answering my calls. Open the door. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And I just want to put it out there.
Yeah.
That person's now in law enforcement. They get to carry a gun.
Oh.
So that's a crime.
They didn't call
Shit.
his references.
They called me as a reference.
Wow.
And I
you
told them
said
everything.
yes?
I just
Did you
said,
tell
we
them
have
that
our own
story?
differences. And I didn't want, listen, just get out of my life. What was I going to say? I also beat them up? No, I was just like, I don't really know. I don't know.
All right.
I'm trying to think what other crime I've been involved in. I'll tell you guys offline.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wait, let me see what else I have on the agenda, guys. Sorry. Menendez Brothers, closing thoughts. What unresolved cases haunt us the most? We said Jean Benet,
John Benet for sure.
Madeline McCann.
Madeline McCann.
Marty said Aaron Hernandez. I think it's TBI. Because
yeah.
Kathy actually says she thinks she has some
Oh, what
TBI.
about the one, Natalie Holloway?
They found her.
Well, no,
They
but
found out what
They
happened.
found her body, and he, what's his
Yeah,
name?
he's crazy.
Whatever his name is, he confessed to it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. He confessed to it.
Honestly. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, we got our listener input. I will be better, and I will watch some of these documentaries.
That's all right. It's all right. You guys, what do you want to hear? Tell us. We actually have some great people coming on soon. We have somebody coming on to talk about star signs and astrology. Son cosas del diablo, but we'll allow it. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Some people are into that. Some people can.
Honestly, we're going to do
Yeah.
that.
Drop
We're going to
us a
have,
note,
hopefully
drop
we'll
us a
have
memo.
others, Sandy on to
Yes,
talk about her
Sandy.
business, being an entrepreneur. And then I want to have a
We
couple
still need to have
teachers.
a teacher episode. Drop us a line if you have interesting topics for us.
Or if you want to come on. We want to have you on.
We typically record
Saturdays or Sundays, yeah,
mornings,
Saturdays
Sunday
or-
mornings, depending on our weekend schedules. Yeah, let us know. We're up for suggestions, comments, ideas. We're here for it all.
Hell yeah. What else do you guys want to add? Anything?
No.
Lisa's going to Din Tai Fun later.
I'm
I've
so
never
jealous.
been.
What?
I've never been.
I've never been to the place, but I've.
Dude, can you get a chocolate one for me, please?
Oh, chocolate?
Yeah. They have a dessert one. It's like dessert fun.
Can I tell you guys what happened to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to share my trauma out loud. Okay. Because it's a crime. It's a crime against humanity, and it's a crime against me. So we went to Knott's Berry Farm. I only texted Lisa this. I told you after. I went to Knott's Berry Farm. I don't know if I told you this.
I don't think you told me.
Okay, so I went to Knott's Berry Farm with Sophie and her friend's mom, and the baby and Valentina. And the girls wanted to go do something more fun than Camp Snoopy, so I stayed with the baby at Camp Snoopy.
Right.
Mind you, I've been trying to lose weight. I'm down 40 pounds. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. And I owe it all to semaglutide. I'm not going to pretend like I'm fucking running marathons, bitch. But we go to Camp Snoopy, and he wants to get on this little car ride. And I'm like, yeah, sure. The girls were in line with me, but for some reason the line took so freaking long. And the girls are like, we're going to go do something else. So they take off, and I'm like, that's cool. I'll go with him. The line is like 100 people deep, okay?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. So he gets on the front, and I'm like, can he ride in the front by himself? Because he wanted to drive, and I'll be his passenger, right? So cute. So he's like, yeah, he's old. He's tall enough. So he goes to the front. The fucking seatbelt won't buckle. It won't. It's, look, it's like they're kissing.
I get it.
It's not. It's my worst nightmare. 3 minutes. The line is already so slow. I'm like, oh. And I told the guy, I'm like, can you just buckle it? He's like, I can't. Like, if my boss is coming and he sees me, I'm like, just fucking buckle it, please. Like, not being a bitch, but like, please, God. He's like looking at. He felt so bad. He's like, I can't. He's like, you're aiming it wrong. I'm like, well, I can't see over my fucking gut and my boobs. Like, I can't even see it, right? And I'm like, please don't make me get off this ride. And he's like, I can't. He's like, I just have to hear it click. And I look at him in the face. I'm like, I can't. So it's like 3 minutes. Everybody's watching me struggle. And I'm like, and I was like, he's like, he can go by himself because he's tall enough to go by himself. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, do you want to go by yourself? He's like, yeah. And it's fine. It was like a 3-minute ride, right? I had to get off. I couldn't even like look at anybody in the face. I have to stand off to the side.
Did you cry?
I didn't because
That's strong.
people were there.
That's strong.
That is strong.
And then I wanted to knock your goddaughter out because she's like, she came back like the minute I got off. And I was like, Sophia, you could have got on with him. She's like, oh, I just didn't want to wait in this line. So he comes, and the guy's like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. He's like, I really like your shirt though. And I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. And then he's like, you're not missing much. Like he was really trying to make me feel good. I was like, except for my son on the ride by himself, right?
Yeah.
It was the worst thing ever.
I've been there.
I've been there too.
Understand it.
Awful. And so I didn't cry there. What? Tell me.
No, keep going.
I didn't cry there, but I did feel like it was just,
That's
and
a
it's,
crime. That's a crime.
that's a crime, right?
crime.
And I will tell you what really pissed me off is like, I was feeling good. Like I've lost weight. I'm like exercising more. It just is a reminder, like I still have so far to go.
But don't let that deter you because you're doing great.
Thank you.
You gotta keep pushing through.
Anyway.
But I get it. That feeling is.
The worst. And then can I tell you something? The freaking like adrenaline from like trying to fucking book. My whole upper body was sore the next day because I was like, oh, furiously trying. Come on, move the closet. I did. I wanted to die, but I didn't.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's all right. Just wait till I'm skinny. I'm gonna go back and be like, oh, here I am. Just kidding. I'm not. I'm so embarrassed. I'll never go back to Anyway, anything else?
I don't have anything else.
Well,
With
this
that
has
being
been
said,
busy. Have a good weekend. Have a good.
thank you so much for listening.
We love you.
Thank you so much for giving our podcast a listen. And don't forget to subscribe to La Vida Entre Primas, Life Between Cousins, so you never miss an episode. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode of La Vida Entre Primas, Life Between Cousins.
Bye, guys.
Bye.